produced when the diver begins burning. What is that fuel? Hydrogen. Hydrogen and other explosive gases, such as oxygen, are produced as the result of the arc breaking down the electrode flux and the surrounding water. The resulting gas bubbles are composed of 70 to 90% hydrogen, which is a highly explosive gas. 8 cubic feet of hydrogen is equivalent to 1 pound of TNT. Petroleum and paint products, as well as methane gas from sewage or decaying organic matter, may produce other explosive gases. How can this type of incident be prevented? With prior planning. At the pre-job meeting, all the elements of the job should be discussed and all the hazards identified. A job safety analysis checklist should be filled out completely and make sure it's job specific. Then, get the crew together at the beginning of the job and go over the job plan thoroughly. Using the JSA format, identify the hazards and work out a safe plan to complete the job in a safe manner. Make sure you have an adequate size DC welding generator using straight polarity. Straight polarity can be obtained by connecting the negative lug to the torch and the positive to the ground lead. Never use AC for burning or welding in the water. If you use a rectifier machine, make sure it is a modern one. Attach the ground lead of your generator as close to the work site as practical and arrange it so the diver is never between the electrode and ground. Make sure that there is a positive operating disconnect switch on the torch side of the current. When the diver is changing burning rods or doing anything other than burning, the disconnect switch must be in the open position. It is important that the switch not be closed or opened unless directed by the diver, and when so directed, the tender should confirm each change with the diver via the diver's radio. The common terminology is make it hot or make it cold.
Make it hot.
It's hot.
Make it cold.
It's cold.
The diver should also wear insulated gloves at all times when burning or welding. Check polarity by immersing the rod tip and ground clamp into a bucket of salt water approximately 2 inches apart. Energize the rod by closing the safety knife switch. A stream of bubbles should rise from the rod tip. If not, reverse the polarity and retest. Make sure that all closed compartments, pipes, structures, or overhangs have been vented, flooded, or purged with an inert non-flammable gas that will not combust. Adequate venting is an absolute must. Without it, an explosion will occur. Make sure when burning is being done in connection with salvage work, a survey of the work site is completed and any overhead hazard that could shift and fall on the diver has been removed or secured. Ensure any pipes or risers that could twist or tear have been addressed for the diver's safety. A diver went down in 30 feet of water to burn sheet pile that was to be replaced. The dive supervisor on the surface heard a thump, and communication with the diver was immediately lost. Minutes later, the standby diver recovered the body. A diver went down to remove metal from a sunken barge. After burning for approximately 20 minutes, a loud pump was heard over the diver's radio, and communication with the diver was lost. The standby diver recovered the body, and both were on the surface in about 5 minutes. CPR was performed for approximately 2 hours without success. A diver left the surface to cut an 8-inch pipeline. Within seconds of the diver starting his cut, a loud pop was heard over the diver's radio. The diver could not be raised by radio or with hose signals. The standby diver entered the water and found the diver with no hat. What did all three of these incidents have in common? They all died because of an explosion or the byproduct of an explosion. In Incident 1, there was either no venting or inadequate venting. This circumstance can occur any time there are explosive gases being trapped in the mud. Trapped gas will explode. If there is any possibility that gas can be trapped, do not use a torch. Use cold cutting tools, because they do not generate an ignition source or electrolysis. If burning is the only method that can be used, then any material that could trap burning gas must be removed. This can be done by jetting or excavating. Keep in mind that sheet pile interlocks are most hazardous because they can trap gas within their connections. In Incident 2, the diver was burning and injecting gases into a confined space. The gases built up to a level that allowed the sparks from the burning to reach the pocket of gas. If a diver is inside a vessel or compartment and is cutting on an outside wall, he may think he is safe. But small amounts of gas will remain and become trapped in the compartment with the diver. If a vent hole is not opened before burning is started, the possibility of an explosion is great. If there is any possibility that gas can be trapped, drill vent holes that will allow gases to escape to the surface. In Incident 3, the diver had two elements working against him. First, gas was trapped in the pipeline. Second, the pipeline carried a hydrocarbon such as oil or gas, so the severity of the explosion was greater. A pipeline or compartment that has contained a flammable or combustible material should be cold cut. If it is not possible for cold cutting to be performed, then extreme cleaning procedures should be taken. Also, adequate vent holes should be drilled on both sides of where the pipe is going to be cut. Keep in mind that slag from the cut could get caught in the vent holes if they are not of adequate size. In this incident, the diver's hat blew off his head. The hat lining had been modified for comfort and was easily removed from the diver's head. Hats should not be modified without the manufacturer's approval. Underwater burning can be done safely if you plan the job right and follow safe work practices. The bottom line is, if you can't vent it, don't burn it.
Thank you.